Have you ever wished that you had the way to make money? Something to show the world that you stand on business. The end all be all. The where did all my money go? The I'm gonna end it all. We all wish we could get rich, but unfortunately that requires two things: time and work. Nobody likes those, and so came options trading. A way to get rich tomorrow. Long gone are the days where you spend 40 laborious years working on a field just to retire with your wife and 3 kids. Now you can work for 40 years without the wife and kids because you lost every dollar on a, and I quote, YOLO out of the money GameStop call. Listen, more often than not, WallStreetBet users are wrong. In pretty big ways. I feel like you have to try to lose this much money. $200,000. So what if we just did the opposite of whatever they do? Boeing is crashing in 3 hours. Is this a pun? This guy claims to have some insider information about Boeing's Starliner being unsafe, and that the astronauts out in orbit are going to use SpaceX to get home instead. What is a Starliner? That doesn't look like an airplane. I like how my first Google search of this is a headline that reads, Boeing Starliner returns safely to Earth. Right, anyways, the top response on this says that he posted this during market close. He's saying that the stock is going to plummet in the next 3 hours while the market isn't even open. Nice. So what happened to Boeing stock at market open? Well, almost nothing. When Monday came, it dropped 0.48% and actually went up a tiny percentage at the end of the week. So if you listen to him and bought the puts expiring the next week, you would have made a whopping $0. In fact, you actually would have lost money because of the premium you paid for the contracts. But how does our theory play out? After all, we are trying to make the money here. Who cares if they lose? There's 3 ways of going about this. First, you can buy calls on Boeing stock expiring either the next day or a month out. No real human actually trades options longer than a month, so let's just forget that. If the stock went up, you would have made those precious tendies. And good news, you would have lost your money because your calls would expire worthless. Boeing didn't go up in any significant way. Now what if you went the safe route and bought Boeing stock instead of buying calls on it? Now you're thinking, fuck, it's down 8%. Okay, well how about instead of buying puts, we sold puts? Now here is where we would have actually made money. Shocker. But selling naked puts is so incomprehensibly retarded that it doesn't make any sense to actually do this. So we're gonna rule this one out. That leaves us with only the first 2 options, both that lose money. Yeah, there's no winning here. Now that we're entering the holiday season, there's one day that everybody's excited for. Christmas. And what comes with Christmas? Snow. Not to be confused with cocaine. I don't think that anyone was confused with that, but specifically though, Snowflake Inc. Snow is a company that provides storage using the cloud, and in their words they allow for low latency data analysis. You can do your due diligence faster so you can lose your money quicker. You might be asking, what is the cloud? It's essentially just a giant network of servers that you can access through the internet. Think like Apple's iCloud or Microsoft's OneDrive. One big drive. Off of a cliff, thought one Reddit user. Here we see a due diligence post in its natural habitat, with the claim that the earnings report which came out later that day was going to underperform, and that a variety of investment analysis have already lowered their price target for Snow. So what is a price target? It's essentially just the price that you think your asset is going to sell at in the future. See, I didn't care about this part until he dropped the buzzword Warren Buffett. Okay, this one might have some validity. He then follows up for his thoughts for why Snow is going to drop, increased competition, AI, yada yada yada. Did Snow actually drop? And should you have bought puts? Did it snow? A resounding yes. It actually dropped $20 that day. 15%. This one would have printed. Now I did some more digging on this, and one guy claims on his follow-up post that Snow reported the wrong numbers and it was pure luck that this worked out. I couldn't find anything on this, but even if it was true, the numbers they reported actually outperformed expected earnings, so this would have only hurt OP's puts. Which begs the question, why the fuck did they drop 15% if they overperformed? Are we noticing a trend here? Literally nothing makes sense. What the hell is the stock market? It's like it just spins a wheel with the words up and down on it and does whatever it lands on. Listen, the stock market is complex, and you cannot just boil it down to something so simple. There's a million active ingredients working to cook this stew, and no matter what you put into it, it'll always taste like shit. But at least we can be happy knowing we're all getting fucked together.